Senior strength, the golden vitamin for healthy legs after 60. The importance of vitamin D for older adults, a solid foundation for strength and mobility. As we pass the age of 60, our bodies undergo various natural changes, and maintaining overall health becomes more crucial than ever. Among the essential nutrients, vitamin D emerges as a silent hero, playing a pivotal role in protecting and maintaining muscle strength, especially in the legs, while ensuring stability and flexible mobility for older adults. Imagine the legs as the pillars supporting the entire body, enabling us to move, perform daily activities, and enjoy life to the fullest. For older adults, the strength of their legs becomes even more significant. It not only affects their ability to walk but also directly impacts their independence, quality of life, and the risk of serious accidents like falls. Part 1. So, how does vitamin D contribute to maintaining muscle strength and mobility in older adults? Stimulates muscle protein synthesis. Vitamin D participates in the process of protein synthesis, the building blocks of muscle fibers. Adequate vitamin D levels help maintain and develop muscle mass, counteracting the age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, commonly seen in older individuals. Strong muscles, especially in the legs, provide a solid foundation for strength and mobility. Improves muscle contraction function. Vitamin D is necessary for the efficient contraction and relaxation of muscles. It helps muscle fibers respond more quickly and powerfully, thereby improving the strength and flexibility of the legs. This is particularly important for activities such as standing up, sitting down, walking, and maintaining balance. Enhances calcium absorption. Although often known for its role in bone health, vitamin D also indirectly affects muscle strength by supporting calcium absorption. Calcium is an essential mineral for muscle contraction. When the body lacks vitamin D, the ability to absorb calcium decreases, leading to weaker muscles and increased susceptibility to cramps. Reduces the risk of falls. Muscle strength, especially in the legs, plays a crucial role in maintaining stability and balance. Vitamin D helps strengthen muscles, thereby reducing the risk of loss of balance and falls, a serious health concern for older adults that can lead to severe injuries and a decline in quality of life. Vitamin D is not just a necessary nutrient for bones but also a key factor in maintaining muscle strength, especially in the legs, stability, and flexible mobility in individuals over 60. Ensuring adequate vitamin D levels not only helps older adults maintain a healthy body but also contributes to prolonging their independence, confidence, and enjoyment of life to the fullest. Recognizing this importance will be the first step for older adults to be more proactive in taking care of their own health. Part 2. The risk of falls and vitamin D deficiency, a dangerous connection in older adults. Vitamin D deficiency is not merely a nutritional issue but a significant risk factor for the health and safety of older adults. The link between a lack of this essential vitamin and an increased risk of muscle weakness, imbalance, leading to falls has been demonstrated by numerous scientific studies. The consequences of these falls are often severe, including serious injuries and, regrettably, the loss of independence in daily life. Scientific research demonstrates the connection. The scientific community has devoted considerable attention to elucidating the role of vitamin D in the health of older adults. Many reputable studies have shown that appropriate vitamin D supplementation provides practical benefits in significantly reducing the rate of falls and simultaneously improving muscle strength in this population group. These studies often focus on evaluating the impact of increasing vitamin D intake through diet or supplements on factors such as leg muscle strength, balance ability, and the frequency of falls. The results show a clear trend. Older adults with sufficient vitamin D levels in their bodies tend to have better muscle strength, more stable balance, and experience fewer fall incidents compared to those who are deficient. Alarming rates of vitamin D deficiency. A concerning reality is the very high rate of vitamin D deficiency among older adults in the community. Statistics indicate that a significant proportion of individuals over 60 do not receive enough vitamin D for their body's needs. This deficiency significantly increases the risk of musculoskeletal health problems, not only muscle weakness and falls but also including osteoporosis and joint issues. The fact that a large segment of the older population faces vitamin D deficiency highlights the urgent need to raise awareness and implement effective intervention measures. Warning signs of vitamin D deficiency. Early recognition of the signs of vitamin D deficiency can help older adults be more proactive in seeking medical support and adjusting their lifestyle and diet in a timely manner. Several common symptoms can be warning signals that the body is lacking vitamin D, including muscle weakness, a feeling of fatigue and lack of strength in the muscles, especially the leg muscles, making walking and standing up or sitting down more difficult. Bone pain, a dull or intense pain in the bones, particularly in the back, joints, and legs, may be a sign of weakened bone structure due to vitamin D deficiency. Slow wound healing. Vitamin D plays a role in cell regeneration and tissue repair. A deficiency in this vitamin can slow down the healing process of cuts and scrapes. Nighttime leg cramps. An imbalance in electrolytes and impaired muscle function due to vitamin D deficiency can lead to uncomfortable muscle cramps, especially at night. Paying attention to these signs and consulting a doctor for a blood test to check vitamin D levels is crucial. Early detection and timely intervention can help minimize the risk of falls, maintain musculoskeletal health, and improve the quality of life for older adults. Part 3. Methods to increase vitamin D levels for older adults. To ensure sufficient vitamin D levels in the body, especially for older adults, several effective methods can be adopted. Combining these approaches appropriately will help maintain optimal vitamin D levels, support musculoskeletal health, and reduce the risk of falls. Here are the details of each method. 1. Sunlight exposure. Sunlight is the most natural and effective source of vitamin D. When the skin is exposed to UVB rays from the sun, the body can synthesize vitamin D3. Dosage and timing. For the best vitamin D synthesis, older adults should try to expose themselves to sunlight between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., when the UVB intensity is highest. The exposure time should be 20 to 30 minutes each time, and this should be done 3 to 4 times per week. Important considerations. It's crucial to note that the skin's ability to synthesize vitamin D decreases with age. Therefore, older individuals may need longer exposure times to achieve the same amount of vitamin D as younger people. At the same time, protecting the skin from the harmful effects of UV rays remains very important. Prolonged exposure to intense sunlight should be avoided, and sunscreen should be used on areas of skin exposed for extended periods or longer than recommended. Environmental factors, geographical location, season, weather conditions, cloud cover, and skin pigmentation also affect the ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight. People living at high latitudes, during winter, or with darker skin often synthesize vitamin D less efficiently. 2. Vitamin D-rich diet. Besides sunlight, diet plays an important role in supplementing vitamin D. Although not many natural foods contain high levels of vitamin D, increasing the consumption of the following foods can help improve vitamin D levels. Fatty fish. Fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna are excellent natural sources of vitamin D. These types of fish should be prioritized in the diet at least a few times per week. Egg yolks. Egg yolks contain a significant amount of vitamin D. However, cholesterol intake should be considered, especially for those with cardiovascular issues. Fortified milk and dairy products. Many types of fresh milk, yogurt, and cheese are now fortified with added vitamin D by manufacturers. Look for products that clearly state this information on the packaging. Mushrooms. Exposed to sunlight. Some types of mushrooms, especially white button mushrooms, can produce vitamin D2 when exposed to UV light. Exposing mushrooms to sunlight before cooking can increase their vitamin D content. However, it's important to note that diet alone is often insufficient to provide the necessary amount of vitamin D, especially for older adults who may have reduced absorption and synthesis capabilities. 3. Vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, supplements. In many cases, especially when sunlight exposure is limited or dietary intake is insufficient, using vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, supplements is an effective and recommended solution. Recommended dosage. The appropriate dosage of vitamin D supplements depends on individual age and health status. General recommendations include: adults aged 50 to 70, around 600 IU, international units, per day is often recommended. Adults over 70, the need for vitamin D is often higher, around 800 to 2000 IU per day. Type of vitamin D. Vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, is generally preferred over vitamin D2, ergocalciferol, because it has been shown to be better absorbed and more effective in raising blood vitamin D levels. Consult a doctor. It is most important for older adults to consult their doctor before starting any vitamin D supplementation. The doctor will assess their health status, current vitamin D levels, and recommend the most appropriate dosage, as well as monitor effectiveness and ensure safety during use. 4. Magnesium supplementation. Magnesium is an essential mineral involved in many biochemical processes in the body, including the activation of vitamin D. Magnesium helps convert vitamin D from its storage form to the active form that the body can use. Therefore, ensuring adequate magnesium levels in the body is crucial for optimizing the effectiveness of vitamin D. Dietary sources. Increase the consumption of magnesium-rich foods such as dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, nuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, whole grains, brown rice, oats, and legumes. Magnesium supplements. If dietary intake is insufficient to meet magnesium needs, consider using magnesium supplements as directed by a doctor or nutritionist. Combining the above methods scientifically and with the advice of healthcare professionals will help older adults maintain optimal vitamin D levels, thereby supporting musculoskeletal health, increasing muscle strength, improving mobility, and reducing the risk of falls, ultimately contributing to a higher quality of life in their later years. Part 4. The timeline for seeing results from vitamin D supplementation. When embarking on a journey to improve health through vitamin D supplementation, a common question in the minds of many, especially older adults, is, how long will it take before I notice positive changes? The answer isn't a fixed number. Instead, it depends on various individual factors and the initial level of vitamin D deficiency. However, it's possible to provide an estimated time frame and the signs of improvement you can expect over time. Early stages, first few weeks. In the first few weeks after starting vitamin D supplementation, you may not notice significant changes in your health. During this time, the body is in the process of absorbing and adjusting the vitamin D levels in the blood. However, in some individuals, especially those with less severe deficiencies, subtle improvements may begin to be felt, such as reduced muscle cramps. If you frequently experience nighttime leg cramps due to vitamin D deficiency, the frequency and severity of these cramps may start to decrease. Increased energy levels. Some people may feel less fatigued and have more energy as vitamin D begins to support muscle and nerve functions. Subsequent stages, weeks to months. After several weeks to a few months of consistently supplementing with vitamin D, the positive effects tend to become more apparent, particularly concerning musculoskeletal health and mobility. Improved muscle strength. You might notice your legs feeling stronger, making it easier to stand up, sit down, and walk. Improved muscle strength will contribute to increased stability and a reduced risk of falls. Enhanced balance. As muscle strength recovers and nerve function is better supported, your ability to maintain balance can improve significantly, making you feel steadier when moving. Reduced bone pain. If you experience bone pain due to vitamin D deficiency, this may gradually subside as blood vitamin D levels reach optimal levels, supporting bone mineralization. Improved mood. Some studies suggest a role for vitamin D in mood regulation. Adequate vitamin D supplementation may help improve spirits and reduce symptoms associated with negative moods. Within several months, 3 to 6 months. After 3 to 6 months of consistent vitamin D supplementation and maintaining stable vitamin D levels, more long-term and noticeable benefits may be observed. Increased bone density. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, two essential minerals for strong bones. Maintaining sufficient vitamin D levels over the long term will contribute to increased bone density and a reduced risk of osteoporosis. Significant reduction in fall risk. Thanks to improvements in muscle strength, balance, and overall bone health, the risk of falls will decrease significantly, helping you feel more confident and safer in your daily activities. Improved overall health. Vitamin D is also involved in many other important biological processes in the body, including the immune system. Maintaining adequate vitamin D levels can contribute to enhanced immunity and overall health improvement. Important considerations. Consistency is key. To achieve significant health benefits from vitamin D supplementation, it's crucial to adhere to the correct dosage and your doctor's instructions consistently. Individual differences. The timeline for seeing results can vary from person to person depending on the initial level of deficiency, the body's absorption capacity, diet, and other health factors. Monitoring and adjustment. Regular monitoring of blood vitamin D levels as directed by your doctor is necessary to ensure the supplementation dosage is appropriate and the best results are achieved. In summary, while it may take several weeks to a few months for you to clearly feel the health improvements after starting vitamin D supplementation, persistence and adherence to your healthcare professional's guidance will yield significant benefits for your musculoskeletal health, mobility, and quality of life, especially as you age. Remember that this is a process that requires time and patience to achieve the best outcomes. Part 5. Specific advice and actions to optimize vitamin D levels. To ensure the body receives enough vitamin D, especially for older adults, it's crucial to implement the following specific advice and actions. These are proactive steps to help maintain musculoskeletal health, enhance mobility, and reduce the risk of falls. A. Regularly check blood vitamin D levels. This is the first and most important step to accurately assess your vitamin D status. Frequency. The frequency of testing will depend on your initial health status, risk factors, and your doctor's recommendations. For older adults, regular checks at least once a year or as directed by your doctor are necessary. How it's done. A vitamin D test is a simple blood test, often called the 25-hydroxyvitamin D25(O)D test. The test results will indicate whether your blood vitamin D levels are sufficient, deficient, or optimal. Meaning of results. Based on the test results, your doctor will provide appropriate advice and treatment plans, including adjusting your diet, increasing sun exposure, or using supplements at the appropriate dosage. B. Increase sun exposure appropriately. Sunlight is a natural and free source of vitamin D. However, it's essential to expose yourself intelligently and safely. Timing and duration: prioritize the time between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., for about 20 to 30 minutes each time, and do this 3 to 4 times per week. Skin surface area: try to expose as much skin as possible, example arms, legs, while ensuring you don't get sunburned. Safety precautions: avoid prolonged sun exposure, especially during peak hours. Use sunscreen on sensitive areas or when sun exposure lasts longer than recommended to protect your skin from UV damage. Individual factors: consider factors such as age, skin color, and geographical location when adjusting sun exposure time and frequency. C. Incorporate vitamin D-rich foods into your diet. Building a balanced diet that includes sources of vitamin D is an important part of maintaining healthy vitamin D levels. Prioritize fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna are excellent natural sources of vitamin D. Include egg yolks. This is an easily accessible source of vitamin D. Choose fortified milk and dairy products. Check labels to select products with added vitamin D. Consider mushrooms, especially mushrooms that have been exposed to sunlight. Read food labels carefully. Many other foods like breakfast cereals and orange juice may also be fortified with vitamin D. D. Consider vitamin D3 and magnesium supplements under medical guidance. In many cases, sunlight exposure and diet alone may not be sufficient to achieve or maintain optimal vitamin D levels, especially in older adults. Vitamin D3, cholecalciferol. This is the recommended form of vitamin D due to its better absorption and higher effectiveness. The dosage should follow your doctor's prescription based on your test results and individual health status, typically ranging from 600 IU to 2000 IU daily for individuals over 50. Magnesium: this mineral plays a crucial role in activating vitamin D. Your doctor may recommend magnesium supplementation through food or pills, especially if you are at risk of magnesium deficiency or are taking high doses of vitamin D. Absolutely avoid self-medication. Self-supplementing with inappropriate dosages of vitamin D and magnesium can cause unwanted side effects. Always consult your doctor or a nutritionist for specific advice and guidance. In summary, proactively implementing these specific advice and actions will help you control and optimize the vitamin D levels in your body, thereby providing many important health benefits, especially for musculoskeletal health, mobility, and reducing the risk of falls in older adults. Remember that the combination of regular check-ups, appropriate sun exposure, a balanced diet, and supplementation under medical guidance is key to achieving the best results.